Hi, hello, good evening, friends. Welcome everyone to Super 25, India's largest retail traders online conference. I'm Ashok Devanampriya, the CEO of Traders Gurukul, and also the host for your today's program. It's really a great pleasure to invite every one of you to the third edition of the Super 25 series. So far, we have successfully completed 6 sessions. I am sure by the end of this 7th session, you will have a lot of knowledge which can help you to make better trading decisions. Before we kick off, I would like to thank our media partner Money Control Pro, one of the largest financial portals in India with millions of readership on a daily basis. I would also like to thank and appreciate our title sponsor Espresso, the Sharekhan company, one of the leading stock brokers in India with millions of customers across the country. The speaker for today is Mr. Guru the Alchemist. He is well known as Mr. Gurumurthy Iyer. He has been in the trading industry ever since 1991. That's almost 30 years, I must say. Failure of failures. He has failed most only to find many eureka moments and discoveries. All his concepts are unique, simple, effective, executable, and scalable. He always focuses on high probability trade setups, and his methods have least risk to reward scenario where the risk is least and reward is high. His strategies like golden butterfly, always on, bank nifty weekly strategies are scalable. He has trained more than 2000 students through his USP in live market trading. Guruji, on behalf of Traders Gurukul, Money Control Pro, Espresso, the Sharekhan company, I extend my warm welcome to you into our program as a speaker.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your kind words, Ashok. It's been a pleasure, working with you. I thank
Go
Money
ahead,
Control
sir.
Pro, Espresso, Traders Gurukul, for all the, warmth they're shown towards us. So today's training will be 3FA, three-factor authentication, to take trading decisions. It will be a simple, executable strategy, tactic, rather I would say. So usually tactics come with risk reward. So you give least risk to best reward. People say, 𝐏𝐫𝐸𝐿𝐴𝐻, price is the God. I say, if price is the God, then volume is Bhagavan ka Atma Swarup. That means Bhagavan, what if price is, a statue, then the power behind the statue, the Swarupa, is volume. Volume is the most important thing in the market. If you can understand volume profile, then you have arrived in the market. So three-factor authentication, it is called. It is also called a prism. We call it as a prism. Prism is has three sides. So whenever a light goes through one side, then you have got the WebGuard, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, right? A rainbow comes out, right? So once you do this 3FA authentication and then take a trade, you actually make good return. We authenticate three most important factors that make up the stock markets, what they are: price, volume, and trend or strength before zeroing on any trade. And fourth dimension is time factor. Okay. We'll understand how we use these three-factor authentication in trading. So capital, which is the ammunition for the stock markets, is extremely costly. Like, if you have worked for 2 years and saved few lakhs, 2 lakhs, and then I deploy, I lose 1 lakh. I go back by 1 year, time, money, effort, which I put to earn 2 lakh rupees, okay, is burnt. Then you have to go back by 1 year. You need to put that much effort, right? So capital is very costly. So you need to use it judiciously, wait, and deploy. Patience is a virtue. Learn to wait for the trade and show up in your crosser before pulling the trigger. We consider price, volume, and trend before initiating any trade, as it is said yesterday. Following AFL is nothing but AMI broker programming language codes to identify the triggers. First thing is I have price chart with SMA 14. Usually I keep high energy candlestick instead of normal candlestick. Then I have RSI chart with SMA 14. Price, volume, trend with SMA 14. ATR. These are the AFLs which I use, and I'll be showing how to use it and make money. So what to look for? First thing, you look for high energy green. I focus on buy, okay, not writing, or So I look for high energy green above 14 SMA better. Second condition, RSI 14 greater than 14 SMA. Third condition, price volume trend greater than 14 SMA. Fourth condition, important condition, TR greater than ATR. True range greater than average true range. And vice versa for the sell triggers. So I can actually red, okay, below 14 SMA, RSI below 14 SMA, PVT below 14 SMA, TR greater than ATR. So this is what we have for the sell triggers. So this will be the takeaway post the trading. One, you will be willing to wait patiently for the triggers. Two, when the trade setup shows up in shorter time frame, have stop loss and trade to get best risk to least risk to best reward. If you are getting a trigger in a higher time frame, then hedge and make money. You can do simple hedge. If you are buying a future, you can buy a near ATM put and then long, or if you are selling a future, you can buy near ATM call and sell. Set targets using ATR. If your ATR is for Bank Nifty 15-minute ATR is 180 points or 150 points, expect 0.618 to 0.786 of the ATR as the target. So for 150 points, 15 minutes ATR, you can exit at 100 or 120 points. Okay. And then for the balance, trade stop loss to cost. So the same thing, when the trade setup shows up in the higher time frame, have proper hedge and trade for risk-free returns. I advise you to trade indexes, okay, Nifty, Bank Nifty, or use the triggers in the index for trading heavyweight in the index. Like if you get a trigger in Bank Nifty, then you can go along in HDFC Bank or ICICI Bank or Axis Bank. Okay, heavyweight in the index. They move very fast, right? So that's the saying. These are called alpha counters. The definition of alpha is alpha counters move the index, move with the index. Okay, so that is about the alpha. So trade indexes or use the triggers in the index for trading the heavyweight of that particular index. So this is going to be the takeaway. Now we'll go to the AMI broker setup. These AFLs I'll be sharing with Traders Gurukul. So maybe he can share it with you. These are all freely available in Google. You can download from any good AFL pages. Okay. However, I'll be sharing it for your ease of use, and I'll be sharing one do-it-yourself video on how to install this AFL. Okay, so that becomes very simple for you. So in this screen, which I have named as prism. The topmost is RSI. Okay, you can see it is RSI 14. The second pane is price volume trend. I use the default settings, so there's no need for you to tweak. So PVT means it's default, RSI means 14 period. Average true range is also for 14 period, ATR. Okay. The bottom is high frequency candlesticks. So what I do is, I usually wait for the ATR to happen, daily ATR to happen in Bank Nifty or Nifty. If the daily ATR in Bank Nifty is 700 points, I usually wait for the ATR to happen before initiating my long or short trade. Okay, or long call or long put. Buy trade, I wait for the ATR to happen, then take a trade. Why? ATR is nothing but standard deviation 1. It's called standard deviation 1. Standard deviation 1 is nothing but 66% probability for success. So without looking at any indicator, if you trade using ATR, if the Bank Nifty ATR is 700 800 points, and if the Bank Nifty cracks within the day 800 points, if you go long, out of every 3 trades, you will succeed 2 times. Okay, that is the importance of ATR, standard deviation 1, that is called. So I wait for the ATR to happen and then take a trade. So you can choose this for Reliance, you can choose this for SBI, HDFC, anything. Wait for the ATR and then take a trade. You will succeed. Now, as I told, ATR is nothing but standard deviation 1, which is nothing but 66% probability for success. But there's a component 30,000 probability for failure. Okay, so I just add 2 or 3 more condiments. Okay, to make sure this 66% probability for success becomes 80 to 85% probability for success. So your failure rate comes down dramatically by 50%. From 33%, it comes down to 15 to 18%. That's what we are going to. So this is not a holy grail. Okay, for that matter, there is no holy grail in the market. You will continue to make small losses, but your profits will outweigh your losses. If you lose 10 points, you will gain 30 points, 40 points. Okay, so use it judiciously, practice it many times. You can practice on Bitcoin. You can just make a note of it, right? You can do paper trading using Bitcoin. You can trade with crude oil. You can trade with gold. First, practice many times, paper trade, and then come to the market, trade this. Number of successful trades only will make you a better person. By fluke, you can make 1 lakh rupee, 2 lakh rupee, 3 lakh rupee also. You making money by fluke, okay, will not give you any confidence. In the hindsight, you will know that was fluke, right? So make sure number of successful trades you make is more. You may have 5 crore capital, but if you are not sure, if you have not made number of profits, you will not deploy that capital. Okay, so number of successful trades only will make you a better trader. It can be least profits. Okay, take 1 equity, 2 equity, test it for 200, 300 times, and then deploy. Okay, my sincere advice. Yeah. So what I do is I look for RSI greater than 14. Then the second pane, price volume trend greater than 14. Third, ATR greater than 14. Now I come to the high frequency, which is green. I got least stop loss. So if we go long here, once all the conditions are satisfied, I put my stop loss just below this candle. Okay. So even if it comes down, I put hard stop loss below the low of this candle. Okay. I hope people are able to see my screen clearly, right? Okay. Now I got a buy trigger in this candle. Last trade price was 798. It didn't hit the stop loss. It went to 792, 841, 868, then 973 also. Usually I buy 3 or 4 lots. I exit 50 to 60% once I make ATR. You can see the ATR here. ATR is also printed here, average to range. I usually expect only 0.786% of the ATR as my profit target for the exiting first